all, welcome back to Shaving with Peg-Leg. Yeah, had to zoom a little too high. It looked okay before I turned the camera on. Once I turned the camera on, you came right up in my face, which I'm sure you didn't need. Excuse me. Today's soap for face shave. And yes, that no-name Chinese $3.80 plastic thing with the amazing amount of blade exposure did get me a little bit right there. That red spot that I saw, it didn't really bleed, but it did catch me. Alright, today's soap. Toja shave stick. We also have the balm. And this huge ass bottle of aftershave. So that's what we're going with today. Today's razor comes in this nice gift box. Just like that. You can see it's Flagship Shaving, who I don't think is in business anymore. I can't find their products anywhere. I don't know if you can see it. It is on the cap too. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. This is the Sereine. S-E-R-E-I-N-E. That's how it's pronounced in French. Sereine. It means a light rain falling after sunset, especially in the tropics. Don't ask me. I love this razor. This thing's got great heft. The blade gap on it is a .711 millimeter. The weight is 109.96 grams or 3.878 ounces. The length of it is 112.80 millimeters or 4.44 inches. It's got some heft to it. I like that razor. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh. So, gonna wet the face. Cool the head a little bit, maybe calm some of the sweat down. Open the stick and stick my face. I can't even explain the scent to you on this. It's not better than Arco, because I don't happen to mind the smell, the scent of Arco. Okay. So, I don't have a good definition. I didn't look it up either, so you'll have to look it up. Yes, I'm using my Omega boar brush again because I'm going to have to lather this stuff on the face. Come on, baby. There we go. Took a little while to get going. Might need some more water. As I sling it everywhere. Let's put some more water on this stuff, see what happens. A little more, it's still a little pasty. A little more. After this shave, that bottle gets emptied out. For sure. Because I am doing ribs tomorrow on the grill. I'm smoking some ribs. So I need that bottle to spritz apple juice on my ribs. I know they say to use apple cider vinegar to spritz your ribs. I like to spritz them with apple juice. And I use, I do the 3-2-1 method. Cook them on the grill, open, for 3 hours. Take them off that, put them in foil, add 1/8 of a cup, I usually use 1/4 of a cup, of apple juice, then wrap the ribs, put them on the grill for 2 more hours. Then you pull them out of the foil, put them back on the grill, open, for 1 more hour, and you barbecue them at that time. Well, I like putting my apple cider vinegar in the foil and spritzing them with apple juice. Just the way I do it. I don't see much difference. I've done both ways. I don't see much difference. Excuse me. What the hell tonight? Alright, Flagship Sereine. Now Flagship did have, I don't remember the name of it, they did have a more aggressive razor, which I think was actually their first razor. And it was more aggressive than this one. But honestly, this razor to me is the perfect aggression. Especially for a daily driver. Now, I don't know if you'll ever see one of these again unless they pop up on eBay. I recently bought a couple things off of eBay. I'll show you guys when they come in. A couple of them are actually kind of cool. But let me tell you what, I was looking at the price of razors. They have gotten stupid with their prices. Literally gotten stupid. There's some good bulk buys, lots, 6 or boar or more razors, 6 or more. There's some good ones there that aren't going for that much, but if you're looking for something specific, you won't find it in those. Those are a lot of Schick injectors, Gillette Techs, a lot of Slims, Gillette Slim Adjustables, a lot of flare tips, red tips, which all those I have, so I really don't want to double up too much on those. If I saw something very interesting, there was one lot, I almost bid on it, except for it got up, and it sold for like $46, plus they wanted $12 shipping, that had a vintage McCore razor in it. And I was interested in that because it was the vintage, it was old school McCore. But I wasn't paying that much. Just wasn't going to pay that much. Especially for, I think there was 5 or 6 other razors in the lot that I had absolutely no interest in it, because 2 of them were Slim Adjustables and I already have 2 of those. But some of these other razors, they're just... I saw one guy wanted a, excuse me, had a ball end tech in the original case, and the case was beat to hell. Looked like it'd been buried out in the mud for 50 freaking years. And the ball end tech was not in good shape. And he wanted $89 to start bidding on it. I was like, dude, you're freaking on crack. Now I did see a toggle in there with no box or anything for $3.99 or $2.99. To start bidding. And I also saw the one that's been on there forever. He was on there, I think the last time I looked on eBay was 3 or 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And he wanted $1,300 for it. Now it's $1,000. But he's got the box and all the paperwork that go with it. There's another guy on there selling a vintage, or he called it antique. He didn't call it antique because it was over 100 years old. He called it antique World War I set. But it was, they had 2 khaki cases. Gillette did 2 khaki cases. They had one that said property of U.S. government, which was the military case, and they did another one that was civilian that just said Gillette in it. Excuse me. Plus the razor in it was a 1938 Tech. I think it was the serial number. It turned up to be 1938 Tech. It's like, who are you trying to fool, buddy? You got to be careful when you're buying stuff off eBay. You really do. I got shafted on my. I didn't get shafted. I still got my 6C, but he just sold the heads. He never said anything about it. They can come with a handle. Whoa, not getting anything off this now. Let's see if we got anything in here. Not much. Oh, I guess. We'll have to go back to the stick, huh? Excuse me, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me tonight. I was dipping the brush in some water. The pan I have here that I use to dip my rag that I wash my face with afterwards. It's hot water, so I was dipping it there. Okay, go with that. I wouldn't put this razor on the mild end. I'd put it mild to mid aggression. On the high end of mild, on the low end of mid, if you know what I mean. It's right there. It's a good daily driver. It's got a, if you like a heavy razor, if you can find one of these, you'll like it. If you like a heavy razor, because it's got heft. See? base is good. That's clean, guys. That's really clean. Good job. I do like that razor. Works really well for me. Oh, I had a Supermax Blue Diamond Titanium. I like those blades. I like the Supermax Titaniums too. But the Blue Diamond Titaniums are supposed to be an upgrade to their titanium. Oh, open that back up. Yes, I did. Oh, Nelly. I had to get some more applewood chunks for my grilling. I got plenty of oak. And I have some hardwood charcoal. I don't use briquettes. Briquettes are made with coal, and coal is made for heating. Not for grilling, not for cooking. It adds a flavor to your food. Don't use briquettes. Use hardwood charcoal. That's a piece of hardwood that have been burned, and that will reignite, of course. And that's what I use to grill with. If I don't have oak, I've got plenty of oak. Excuse me. But I usually dig in the charcoal, and I find a couple of really big chunks of that hardwood. And I throw it in there too because they burn longer than the strips of oak I use. Because I don't use really big pieces of oak. My standard piece of oak is usually about thumb size, all right, in diameter and about that long. Because I just use it to grill, and I don't want it to last forever. If you use big pieces, they last forever. And the hardwood charcoal like that, that will burn for a couple hours. So I'm waiting for this to stop stinging. That's why I'm stinging yakking. Excuse me, I don't know what the hell's wrong with my throat tonight. But yeah, I've got hardwood charcoal, I've got oak, I've got applewood chunks. And tomorrow, about an hour, maybe hour and a half before I start the fire, I'll throw the applewood chunks in some water and just let them float around in the water. Dickinson's witch hazel. So when you throw them on the fire, they don't burn up so quick and they smoke. Because they're wet, they'll smoke. You'll get a nice apple scented smoke blowing through your grill. You can do the same thing with chips, but if I'm going to be grilling ribs for 6 hours, I want the chunks because they smoke longer. And the aftershave, Toja, from Portugal, right? You know what? The aftershave is not bad. That's not a bad scent at all. This says it was made in SA. Henkel, Iberia, SA. Well, SA should be South Africa. But Iberia is Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal. Whatever. And we have the balm. If I remember correctly, this stuff comes out quick, so I have to watch it. It does. Looks like milk or something else in your hand, but we won't go there. That smells good too. Both of them are better than the soap. Now, I do know Toja makes a tub of soap as opposed to their stick, and I'm wondering if that smells different than the stick. I won't find out because I have enough soaps and I don't need anything other than the stick. De-stick. Alright, I opened that back up. That's not from this shave. That's from the last shave. I opened it back up. But otherwise, good shave. I really like this. This razor has a lot of weight. I know, my hands shake. I have neuropathy in my hands. See, that's the balance point. So you know it's got some weight, especially in the handle. I think it's solid brass. And the name of the razor is stamped on the bottom. And it does stand up. Only has the minorest of overhang. Very, very minor. Like I said, it's edging towards medium on the aggression scale. But it's a fine, fine razor. If you can find one, I suggest picking one up. They're good. Good shaver. Real good shaver. Alright guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I got a septic. This happens when you open something back up, doesn't it? Alright guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Tilt you back up. Thank you for being here. You all have a good day. So, with that being said, enough of the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in the chair next. Happy shaves out there, guys.